Hello, everyone.
Welcome back, folks. Insanity Check back at you. Ken, Skillet Sauce at 8. Once again, if you would like to contact us, send us some stories, comment. We are on Facebook at Insanity Check. You can tweet to us at Insanity Check 12. Also, links to all the stories that we do will be on there, so you can see these things for yourself. Please join us on our Google Circle, Google Plus page, Insanity Check. And, of course, you can watch all of these wonderful shows in this enhanced version on our Insanity Check page, Insanity Check Radio. There you go.
There you go. Come on. Where's one? This one.
Go to hell.
Insanity Check.
Or should I say back to hell?
Whatever. Oh, first of all, just really quickly, we're gonna get this. Do you think a grown man should wear a Superman shirt if you're over 21? I mean, even if the movie just came out.
What do you mean should?
You know, do you think it's cool for a grown man to have a shirt, and you're not like massively athletic or anything like that, like a shirt with the Superman that's on it?
I don't see it as an issue with it.
No, you don't think it's nerdy?
It depends on how you wear it. I mean, I think if you are a nerd, that would make you nerdy.
Definitely a nerd. Yeah. So I'm saying, if you're already a nerd, that's like what is that big brain? What is that Big Bang Theory kind of shit, man? Yeah. So, because one of our fans, put a Twitter pic of himself, old Jordan, with a damn shirt on. I'm going to show you this after we do this, and I want your opinion of this particular photograph, because he thinks I'm being a troll. Because I hit him up on Twitter and was like, what the hell is this underoos shit that you have on?
Is troll like a new term for something? Or
I didn't know what the hell it meant. Right. I said, I'm too old for this shit. But he said, it's apparently, the antagonist on the comments that, just to start, like you could be talking about flowers and next, they start calling you a pig and and they start arguments. Well, those are trolls. Someone that's, an irritant and an adjutant, somebody that's trying to annoy you, purposely and so on and so forth. So.
But online.
Yeah, online, yeah.
Okay.
What the hell is this? This guy's fucking stupid. All right, so this story was just like, we've been, dealing with different forms of insanity on this show. And some of it is just the insanity of the political world in which we live in. And this one, I thought the title was kind of funny because we had several issues, especially after some of those
Sandy Hook,
so-called. Well, that's those incidents, okay. And everyone was like, we need to abolish certain types of firearms, and, people should, have to go through a whole bunch of hoops and stuff like that, and there's no real need for them. And I just thought this was kind of funny as a sort of follow-up. White House study finds guns saves lives. Consistently lower injury rates amongst gun-using crime victims. And it's just, I'm just reading it. Do statistics prove time and again that disarming of free people leads to more violent crimes and the potential for mass government democide? It hasn't stopped President Barack Obama and his congressional entourage from doing everything in their power to make it more difficult for Americans to legally own firearms. Citing the Sandy Hook mass shooting last year, Democrats on the Hill have claimed that we must restrict gun ownership and strip the Second Amendment for the safety of our children, always the children, and the general public. But a new report commissioned by the White House titled Priorities for Research to Reduce the Threat of Firearm-Related Violence, and you'll see the link, suggests what many self-defense gun proponents have been saying for years. The report, ordered under one of President Obama's 23 executive orders signed in the wake of the Sandy Hook incident, asked the Center for Disease Control, the National Research Council, and other federal agencies to identify the most pressing problems in firearms violence. To the surprise of the authors and those who would no doubt have used the report to further restrict access to personal defense firearms,
no doubt,
the study found that gun ownership actually saves lives, and those who have a firearm at their disposal improve their chances of survival and reduce their chance of injury in the event they are confronted by a violent criminal. Here's an excerpt. Almost all national survey estimates indicate that defensive gun uses by victims are at least as common as offensive uses by criminals, with estimates of annual uses ranging from about 500,000 to more than 3 million per year. The estimate at 3 million defensive uses per year is based on an extrapolation from a small number of responses taken from more than 19 national surveys. The former estimate of 108,000 is difficult to interpret because respondents were not asked specifically about defensive gun use. A different issue is whether defensive use of guns, however numerous or rare they may be, are effective in preventing injury to the gun-wielding crime victim. Studies that directly assess the effect of actual defensive uses of guns, i.e. incidents in which a gun was used by the crime victim in the sense of attacking or threatening an offender, have found consistently lower injury rates among gun-using crime victims compared with victims who used other self-protective strategies like calling a police officer and telling the gunman to hold on while the cops come. So that was a whole bunch of rigmarole and stuff like that. It's just basic common sense. And this is what I've always, I always go to the bully in the playground scenario. Why my parents told me, disarm and take care of the bully first, go to the teacher second. Because if the person's intent is to cause you bodily harm, to rob you, or as in the case we had a few weeks ago, rape and abuse a woman, that person is not going to pause because you asked them nicely. They're not going to allow you to just go, oh, could you pause, let me go get the cops or whatever. No, they are going to do what they came there to do. And when you put some bullets in their ass, that's usually a very good deterrent. And I thought it kind of odd that it seems like, this study backfired on these pricks.
Which, of course, you'll never hear.
Of course, but I got the links to all the actual studies and stuff. But I just really like, the fact that for once, I can back up things with some numbers, because when you try and use common sense in a situation like, okay, I understand, any crazy assortment of things can happen, but if a person's going to come in your house, yes, they can get the drop on you and take your gun and all this other shit, but there are going to be situations, there have been situations where the victim was able to get their firearm and prevent said attack. So I don't see how people can't, I understand you're not supposed to have like a minigun from Predator or something like that, or a rail gun, but some kind of firearm with proper usage, I can't see how it could be a bad thing. And
just, I just want to read the last little part of this, because I think it really just summarizes what we're trying to say. It says, consider that 3 million people use a gun to defend themselves from harm every year. This means that over 8,000 Americans every day act with potentially deadly force to prevent injury or death to themselves or a family member. Overwhelming evidence that owning a gun reduces your chances of injury when attacked.
Yeah, regardless of whether you fire your gun or not. The new report proves that there has been a decades-long obfuscation of national statistics that have been used to determine the importance of guns in self-defense. See, dig this. This is crazy. I like this line here. Up until the study became available, anti-gun politicians often cited figures that indicated that just 108,000 people a year use guns in self-defense. The new study suggests that those numbers were off by over 2,500%. 2,500%. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the new, I'll just read this last one and then we can. The new White House report, coupled with the evidence from Australia, Britain, and Canada, shows that reduction of personal gun ownership is a road to more violence, injuries, and death. The president commissioned the study in the hopes of finding a reason to take more guns from law-abiding Americans. What it found, however, is that the answer to gun violence in America is arming more Americans.
Yes. I wonder what Piers Morgan would say about this study, because that asshole was just getting cat after cat on his show to try and ask him what's wrong with America. Why do you people want your guns? Can't you see? And of course, he's only using.
The most extremist,
right. The 4 or 5 incidents that took place in the past decade. That was his whole fucking argument.
Yeah, of course. The most outrageous, some crazed maniac, just gunning down people, and that was all. That one incident that resulted in 23 or 24 deaths or whatever is supposed to be something that. For all the millions and millions of other people, we have to shape our lives because of those incidents. And you just hold those few things up, because really, when you think about it, 24 people, compared to the amount of people that are in this country and probably get assaulted every year from firearms and or like this things, have been prevented from the use of firearms. That 24 people is like
nothing. To link it to the last story about this lunatic Aaron Hernandez. Again, I'm watching ESPN and they're talking about this guy, and they were like, some report came out that said there has been 28 NFL players who's been arrested in the past, I don't know, year or something like that or whatever. And of course, oh my God, the NFL is the most dangerous. But then they were like, but you have to figure, there's 2,500 players in the NFL. So you're talking about 1%.
Oh, but no.
Of the fucking NFL population who's gotten into some trouble, you know, be it fucking drunken driving, beating a woman, or fucking assassinations and shit. You know, 1%. Who the fuck is going to lose their minds over
1%?
1%.
I mean, and I'm
See what
pretty
I'm
sure
saying?
that percentage is probably reflective in every. I'm pretty sure if you go to soccer, any other team sport, any company that has more 2,500 personnel, you're going to have somebody that
Of course.
drunk driving, slapped up his wife or whatever. I mean, you're talking about 1%.
Yeah, I was driving home one day and they were talking about, like you said, kids soccer. This referee got put in a fucking hospital because some soccer dad came and knocked him the fuck out.
No, yeah, exactly. So you can't say all you can't lump it all in and say all
Right.
soccer matches are dangerous and all soccer dads are maniacs because this one particular guy lost his mind at whatever, they probably red carded his son or something.
Yeah, some shit. It was
Who
whatever
knows?
it was.
Whatever it was.
Unless he kicked this dude's son in the balls. There's no reason to fucking run out on a damn and knock some cat out and put him in a fucking hospital. But anyway, so we just thought you people would like to know that.
Yeah, I thought that was, and make sure to click the link so you can see all of this stuff for yourself. And hopefully send us your comments.
Oh,
and,
comment, please.
Please do, please.
If you know Piers Morgan, tell him the comments. 'Cause I'd love to hear what that asshole has to say. We'll be back, folks.
We're trying to make it, baby.